Day 3 here at the StarLadder Berlin Major. I'm Harry, with me is Hugo, and we're going to be breaking down and talking about these upcoming matches that we've got today. Initially, Hugo, we're starting off with an elimination game. Teams with a 1-2 record. FURIA versus Syman Gaming, going to be our first game of the day. Over here on the secondary stream, I believe we've got things like standing schedule and all that standing by. So we're going to break down and get into our discussion, at least, of that game in just a little bit. But Hugo, firstly, I want to say, what did you make of yesterday's results? Obviously, we know the two teams that we have out right now. You can see that over here on the standings, Tyloo and INTZ. And the first two teams to qualify, getting through 3-0 into that new Challengers stage in the form of North and Mouse Sports.
I mean, we've just had some pretty incredible matchups all the way through, Harry, on both sides of the table. Think back to that North crazy game last night. I mean, 3 maps when all the distance was going on past midnight. We had like a quadruple overtime on one of the games and another overtime on train. And yeah, North locking a top spot alongside Mouse Sports. This is really good. This is a great situation to be in for North, a team that has had so many ups and downs over these past couple of years, finally solidifying a spot that, they've earned very well as well. They had a tough opposition, rather, to get to that spot, and there's plenty more tough opposition left in, as you can see. Obviously, 2-1 games on the left, 1-2 games on the right. Elimination for some, whereas others will be qualifying for that new legend spot here with the first games of the day.
Yeah, today is a day of heartbreak for some and of triumph for others, Hugo. The game that we have first over here, FURIA versus Syman Gaming, as we have been saying, is that elimination game. Now, you think about how Syman Gaming came into this event, right? They took that win over Vitality, 16-8 over on Dust 2. Maybe a bit of an error for Vitality to feel so confident picking into a Dust 2 versus Syman Gaming. So famously, a pretty strong map for them, right? So that one there, great start from them. Then it went downhill a little bit. They take a loss to North. 14-16 though over on Train. That's a very good North map, and that's a very, very close game. Then we see that matchup versus NRG, and things very, very quickly go downhill. They get 4-16. Now, I don't know if that's the case of Syman Game. Maybe just started to get beaten down by a few of these teams and, maybe now starting to slow down. Or if it was just because NRG, they've got that fire lit beneath them, right? They lose the game on day 1 to Dream Eaters. And, we're looking just to get back into the swing of things versus a team like Syman Gaming.
I definitely want to give a huge amount of props to this team as well for coming this far and the results that they've had in this major as well, right? Even looking at the minors, no one really expected them to go through. They had such a mix of players, good and bad, old and new, and we didn't really, have high expectations. Whatever, they come in second place, they earn their spot here in the major, and then they get 3 of the toughest opponents that are left in this tournament, right? They get Vitality first round, or obviously locking in their spot from the last major at Katowice. They win that game. Fantastic work. Then they go up against North, the top team off of the minor play-in, and then they go up against NRG, the top team from the Americas minor. So the toughest regions already, and the toughest teams alongside that. Considering, North already have gone through to that top spot and guaranteed their legends, a new legends place. I think you've got to give it to Syman for actually managing to make these games so competitive and even getting wins on the board. It might not be their last. FURIA still up for the task, but I really don't know what to make of this game. I wouldn't say it's a surefire win for FURIA, like many are saying.
I wanted to, we've had a little look at Syman. I feel like now is a good time to look at those names that we're saying over on the other side, which is that FURIA squad right now. There are this Brazilian team that's been on an astronomical rise these last few months, grinding throughout the year, going from strength to strength, currently ranked number 9 in the world.
Damn.
So, they really have come in their own stride and just kind of show it up, and they've been looking really good, but as of late, they've had their fair share of problems, and that doesn't, not include, rather, I guess, this event, right? They come into it on day 1, they take a win versus Hellraisers, but then they have losses to both Crazy and Fours. And I feel like you take a look at Syman Gaming and their opponents, North, NRG, Vitality, that's a very horrific path to try and get through. Obviously, the reason being is that they're just lower seeded, right? So they match up against the higher seeded teams. FURIA, meanwhile, they're ranked 9 in the world. They're probably doing all right in terms of the seeding, if I had to hazard a guess. And you look at the teams they've come up against, by no means are Crazy and Fours the easier teams in this group, but they're certainly not that same level as North, Vitality, NRG. So Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how much we could read into. I never really like comparing stats, but it's an all right way to benchmark it. I was really hoping we were going to get a Vertigo because both of these teams aren't too shy on playing that map. And I took a look at this and I figured, Nuke, Dust 2, that was going to be the opening bans. Dust 2, Furia's insta-ban, also one of Syman Gaming's best maps. That makes total sense. That's a great ban for Furia.
Yeah.
Because they just get to remove a Stellar map. But, likewise, I guess, for Syman, they take Nuke, which is a great Furia map and a map that is their insta-ban. So they're gone immediately.
It's Furia's most played map by a huge margin, 25 log maps over these past few months, whereas, no other maps over 15. So yeah, actually, this Vito is really sick, and it's a shame we didn't get Vertigo's that final map, but at the same time, obviously both these teams had to go for their insta-ban. They were floating the idea of a Vertigo pick. With neither of them going for that immediate pick, it makes sense why Syman, with that last ban, would choose not to go with it, right? You know that Furia were one of the first teams really to show an interest in this map, and in a big way as well. Furia, back at DreamHacks, really showed us what they could do with Vertigo, and moving forward, that's not changed at all. Syman might touch this map a little bit, but it's not going to be to the same level of Furia. And I think, if you are Syman, you're still coming into this game as the underdog. You have to be aware that, it's not as easy as it looks.
No, definitely not. We can see the players taking to the stage. They're all sat down. They're getting ready to get into this one, Hugo. And, I mean, I've always been a fan. So I haven't really seen Syman Gaming play a hell of a lot, if I'm being completely honest. Obviously, we got to see them very, very briefly in the minors, but I take a look at this roster, and one of the names that really stands out for me is Ramzik. I always used to love watching him.
Whoa. I think you mean Ramzik Boss.
Yeah, it's actually Ramzik Bo $.
Oh, yeah.
But, I kind of like the way that sounds, frankly. That's a name change I can get behind.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been holding his own. He's been doing well.
You should change your name to Hugo Boss $.
Whoa,
yeah,
never heard that one before. Wow, that's incredible. I will say as well, one player to look out for in this series, if you are watching on GoTV, is Kioz. He was coming in through the minors, in this roster and looking incredible. He was doing so well individually, so definitely going to be one of my players to watch out for on the side of Syman. On the side of Furia, this whole team is a highlight compilation, but Serato is going to be at the center of that. And we're into the pistol round, Harry. What have we got here?
Oh, some Ivy presence from Syman, but Abel J and Serato do lie in wait here. And actually, look at Art go. He's got so much information for his team. They've left the B bomb side, but Kioz is holding for it. Kioz is ready,
Sweaty.
man. He's just been holding that push. And it's only 30 seconds into the round, and they'll get a reward from it.
They know who they're playing against.
Yeah, that's very true.
They are playing against Furia, so I respect Syman holding spawn. I feel like that does make sense. But for now, there's more pushing coming through these box halls. Yuri is waiting on the E-box, and Syman coming out through main. He's got to hit these shots. Ramzik, what a shot with the P250. Keel's up on top of the trains, and Serato's tagged down from that earlier IV fight. Surely he can't get out of here alive, and even though Vinny comes back down that pop dog, he won't go much further. Syman take the pistol round here, and Furia down 0-1 on the CT side of Train.
And the fact that we're already seeing Syman Gaming slowing things down so much, I feel like we're just going to see a lot of that throughout this T-side, right? You're just going to be waiting for the guys on Furia to go for these early peaks. We know they're keen on doing that, right? And they're able to get away with it with terrifying consistency. So let's see if Syman Gaming's idea of kind of matching that hyper-aggressive play with a rather passive default of their own yields some results for them. Down here close to the ramp, that's Abel J. He's at the B bomb site alone. Vinny is in Pop Dog, however, and could be available for rotation should they need it. Art's even beginning his path into this site now, so there's almost 3 players here. They'll be able to get in very, very quickly, at least with this support from Vinny. He's already up through the Pop Dog, and if there's no one keeping an eye on this, it could get very, very bad, but Nealon is. And this is the man advantage taken in a very big way for Syman. They get into the bomb site, but now they're losing bodies. in the crossfires, in the fray,
Ooh.
and another man falls. It's perfecto to go down. These kills have to come in for Syman. They've got it into the 2v2. They're making it look doable, but the Scout's finding even more damage.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Getting tagged down to 1 HP. Keserato, he does find damage to Neelan, but now they're just boxing in on the site. They know he has a scout. They know he has to close the distance, and they frankly don't want to give him the kill. Syman very aware of those flanks again in this round, but getting aggressive in the post, or in the pre-plant rather, kind of put them in a bit of an awkward spot. Luckily enough, this is where things should stabilize. Keserato likely just going to save this scout here. And that's going to be Syman Gaming doubling up. 2-0 here rather. Neelan might be able to go grab an AK if there is one left around on the site once he realizes this is a save, but even so, Syman, yeah, going to get away with both AKs. That's another round for them. Furia at least make it costly. They make things interesting, as I imagine they always will. That's one thing I will say. You know, I'm not going to count any rounds as like guarantees for Syman here, especially when you're up against such an explosive team where things can just get out of hand very quickly. Furia seemingly having an ability to make any round seem winnable. But right now, well, no rounds are winnable. 2-0, we have another eco round coming in for Furia just before they get guns in their pockets. And, I mean, Syman are just graffitiing all over the floor. We're going to need a maid here, Harry, up in the spawn, because it is a mess.
Oh, Zeus on the ladder, but Able J, he's like, oh,
What?
Oh,
What?
Oh, Keo didn't hear it. How didn't he hear it? There's the Zeus kill anyway.
Plus his teammate could see him from the end of the hallway.
I don't know what just happened there for that to happen. But apparently Able J is part of the police force on this map, man. He's just tased the guy down to the ground, and now we're into a 4-on-4.
A gun's been taken.
Yeah.
Ramzik's on a USP with 10 HP. I mean, this is a round that Furia can again make interesting and potentially even win. It's going to require a lot. But
even if you're not getting the win here, if you're able to get, 2 more kills and you force that many rebuys, you take a look at the money in this round for Syman. It's not great, and that's all because, it came so close in that round prior. Ooh. Thankfully, Furia have decided to stack this A bomb site, so Syman, they get into B for free. One will go down now, and I'm curious if they do decide to send in just these pistol players, right? You want to try and whittle that money down. You want to try and force the remaining utility out the hands of Syman. You really do just want to make them squeeze every penny they've got left in those bank accounts.
God, this smoke's going to fade, though, and they're going to fight. Yeah, Neelan catching Art moving through. He didn't seem to have the timing in his head of when that smoke was going to dissipate. Neelan just lining up kills until Keserato responds. He's got Ramzik trapped here. This should be a frag, but he's getting peeked from top train. Doesn't realize where that shot's come from because he's already scoped up. Jumping scout, it's not 2016 anymore. That's probably not the call, and he's going to have to fall back. It will be another round, this time with 3 players surviving for now. And the reason I say for now is because Yuri's waiting above. Pop Dog catching up. Perfecto, Keserato eventually cleaned up. But that was only a scout. It was likely who's going to upgrade coming into this round anyway. And they do get away with 1 AK, which is fine for Furia. Again, 3 kills in an eco round and a gun saved. Oh my, he almost didn't see him.
Deary me. Well, a round is a round, but yeah, you're right. It's not a clean one. It's certainly not the kind of results that Sam would have liked, right? The AK getting carried forward on Yuri, that allows for this much more utility. The AWP's been brought up. It's got armor behind it. Kit over on Vinny. So everything you need in this round if you're Furia. One man already out into Olaf. That Molotov is down to deny the cross into Sandwich, and Art is just holding this pixel gap. Ooh.
So close.
Yeah, Neelan out in the open, and Art was primed, very much ready for that peak. Man advantage taken for Furia, and nothing in terms of response here from Syman Gaming. They'll group up outside of the B bomb site, and maybe it's just back to basics. Maybe it's back to B again here for Syman Gaming. Now would be the perfect time to go for it, because Art is looking a little hesitant, but he just got a lot of information. He peeks down ramp, and now Able J just homed in on this position.
Yeah, Kioz, he's not going to check this though, and that's the bomb dropped in the open. Able J holding his own, but he will get dropped from upper. Art moving into the site actually gave up Heaven for a second, and that allowed Torek to drop into this bomb site, but there's still a man down, and that could get a whole lot worse, but Torek, low HP, won't stop him. He's going to win that duel, dropping the AWP. Serato coming from above, and it's a 3-on-2 in the retake. Syman Gaming holding on. It's Perfecto on the site, and Ramsek in the halls of the AWP, but he's going to drop into a double peak, and now it is just Perfecto. He's going to have to clutch it out, finds the first, but he's so low, and FURIA are so close. Vinny just around the corner. They're swapping positions. Oh, neither of them realize Perfecto spotted him, but he's going to, with the spray, recovers well, but Yuri comes in again, and that will be the round for FURIA. So close, but a round is a round, Harry, and they secure their first.
Yeah, almost very well played there by Perfecto. He has the read, he plays it well, but ultimately just a little low on HP, it feels like. And also, you know, sandwiched in that crossfire, even while he is able to isolate that one-on-one into the guy crossing into the bomb site, it is just that very, very passive position of Yuri that kind of catches him a little unawares.
It definitely did seem like there was some sort of miscommunication or misdecision by Art and Connector. He spots those players down ramp. He almost rotates off in like a 5-on-4, and then he spots a player's ramp, and he should just be watching Heaven, let his teammate cover ramp from the site, and then he moves to a train, and all the players drop down from Heaven and kill his teammate. So, yeah, definitely, you know, little mistakes early on. He could have easily taken down Torek from his connector position, but smoke probably not helping. Nor in this round for Perfecto, he's been pushed up. I mean, just look at the amount of map control that FURIA can gain early on. That is incredible. That's a really sick smoke. That's got to be a lineup. Thrown from down Pop Dog into that hallway. And Art's even going to find a first pick.
Nothing in the way of trades coming through here for Syman, and now really hoping that Torek can find something from this Ivy aggression. The problem he's going to have is Yuri right now just homing in with his sights on this position. Oh, Nealon, he gets so close to uncovering the terrible truth that lies down in old hell. Yuri now making his presence known. It's actually Art to smite that man down before him. Torek left up in this 1v3. They know where he is, they know his whereabouts, and he's out in the open. Will get shut down. FURIA, that second round, it belongs to them. Now lock it in.
Yeah, it's just crazy amount of map control that should just be Syman's from the get-go, and they're getting pushed out of it, Harry. FURIA had 4 players on that A bomb site because they knew it was going to be an A play. Syman, they were pushed out from above Pop Dog. They were pushed back to the toilets in B. And I mean, if you can get that much map control as a CT and keep a T essentially you know, disallowed from going towards that B bomb site, well, you've got all the info in the world, and they just win their duels. So much so that now Syman are on pistols. Yuri's pushed down the down the Ivy rather, deep Molotov to get him into this position, and the smoke to gain more map control. And it just seems oh so easy for FURIA. They're not getting challenged. That being said, it's 4 Glocks and a Deagle in this round. You can't really expect too much from Syman. So they'll run towards B and try and get a plant down, tapping away for Able J. Oh, this is close, but he gets away with both kills on 18, but his job is done, and that bomb is out in the ground. Nealon will get a trade. That'll be the only kill I imagine we'll see in this round from Syman. Clean up from FURIA, and no bomb plant as well, which is a shame. That bomb coming down a little bit too late. That being said, it doesn't matter. Syman can still afford guns, and there's an AWP in play as well.
I really want to see a bit more from Ramsek on the AWP here for Syman, and now that he's got that back in hand, we're going to have a chance, right? The first time we saw it bring the AWP out, it was in that 2v3 attempted post-plant hold, right? And he just takes the peek down ramp and gets annihilated. So we didn't really get to see why in the pregame. I was hyping this man up, but I got faith, Hugo. Couple of players over here towards the B bomb site initially for Syman. They will spot Able J down at the ramp, and that already has seen him take some damage, now taking a bit more of a passive position back inside that bomb site. Art coming in for the rotation, but Able J more and more He'll take the AWP out from the hands of Art and leave him with the M4. That's a smoke actually throwing up onto the top of Pop Dog.
Yeah, it's been what Vinny's been doing all game long, just throwing this utility and creating so much confusion up. And now he's created space. Art's push, but they've read it so well. That being said, do they read the fact that this ladder climb is coming through? Vinny is still on the hunt, and he's right behind them. Perfecto's gone down. Ramsey misses a shot, and he'll fall as well. The trade is in from Kios, but is it too late? 40 seconds. Torek needs to make something work of this Ivy play, and he's crept through the smoke. He's behind enemy lines. Yuri caught in the sight by that flank coming in through T-Con, and Torek misses a shot. It's Yuri getting away and saving the day. 30 seconds as he gets pushed into the flames. He can't escape. Syman Gaming in a 2-on-2, and A site is open for business.
Oh, you say that, but they've actually just closed up shop, mate. They're heading to B. They're going to the brewery just around the corner instead, and it's Kios running in first. He's got that bomb. Nealon dropping Able J, the man who was tagged up earlier on in the round. And it's K-Serato left up. 1v2 required from him here. Kios holding close to the oil trade. In case Rai doesn't find something soon, he might just have to think about saving in this one. He's desperate to find something, and there we go. That's all it takes. One little hit. Spots Kios! First kill found, and now just Nealon left to get that timer so low. K-Serato's got to get on the bomb, and he's just sticking it. Holding the defuse. Nealon's got to take the peek, and he'll get him off that bomb. Syman Gaming a 4th round. They hold their own in the post plant. Well played there by Nealon.
Yeah, especially coming down ramp, right? Because Kios is the first down ramp. He has the bomb, so he's not looking to hold connector and take a fight. He just wants to run down and get that plant. And it would have been very easy for Nealon to just assume, oh, Kios got by, I can get by too. But no, he posts up, he catches that rotation of the AWP, and he doesn't let FURIA take the next kill.
One of the things that I absolutely loved about that round was old mate Vinny over in Pop Dog. With that smoke that he threw, he gave himself a one-way on the ladder. He climbs up about 3/4 the way up the ladder, right? And then he's just holding shift on it, peeking underneath the smoke. So he can see feet if there's any players there.
He's 100% got set smokes.
Yeah.
We've been seeing that already.
And so then, also, when his teammate dies in the upper halls, he is so fast and so silent on that Pop Dog rotation that no one on Syman is ready for it, right? If someone is going to get behind enemy lines that quickly, usually they've got to shoot up that ladder, and you hear the little bum, bum, bum of like someone, you know, climbing up it. Yeah, I guess that's more like
it's not really a boom. It's
no.
That being said, it's a really good play from FURIA to keep, you know, maybe a second's difference kind of screws them there, because, you know, Vinny's making so much noise in the Pop Dog, throwing up that smoke, peeking the ladder, shooting, and then Syman realized that this is a bait. Like, we are getting played right now. They do a 180. They both turn around back to the stairs, and they catch, I think it was Able J walking up the ramp, and you know, get away with that kill. They still get traded by the Pop Dog flank, but it's good awareness to that Syman seemed to be, you know, on top of what FURIA are trying to do. We saw that from the pistol round where they were holding spawn and catching that long flank from B halls. Syman know who they're up against, and they are making it interesting. Currently sitting in the lead 4-3 on the T side right now. A bit of a tech pause for the likes of Syman. Things aren't always great, but headsets are still on, Harry, and I remain optimistic here. We're early in the day.
Yeah, for those of you who have missed the last few days, you got to have a golden rule.
Yeah.
And that is, if the headphones are on, it's likely a very, very short, easy to fix technical pause, a little remedy, you know? If the headphones come off, that's when you know you kick back, you're relaxing, you know, you're chilling out for the next 20 minutes because this is a long haul problem. But yeah, we can see the admins taking to the stage now.
It's all just about how many people crowd around one computer. You know, there's multiple factors. If you have 4 people around one PC, you know, well, it's not looking good, Harry. Right now we're at 2.
Too many cooks might spoil the pot, but I mean, there's no such thing as too many admins spoiling the tournament. Like, just crowd 1 billion of them around one PC, and it's far too many. It's like leaving your phone in rice.
Oh, really?
Admins are the rice of Counter-Strike.
That's a really good metaphor. I like that.
I don't know, is it?
Yeah, because, you know, admins, rice, both delicious, both, you know, a great part of your diet. I'm not suggesting we cannibalize our admins here.
Actually, there was a recent study published by a university in the UK that said that cannibalism should really become the new norm, and that we should stop demonizing it so much.
Why?
Because, you know, we're running out of food, man. The world's pretty big, and the one thing that all other animals do is just eat each other, right? We're the only species that's so funny about cannibalizing.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Do all animals eat each other?
Not all animals, but like a good lot of them. Good handful. I could pick 5 right now, I reckon.
Yeah, give me 5 animals that eat each other.
Sharks.
Yeah,
there's one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Tigers, probably. I bet if they're
You're
hungry
guessing,
enough.
Harry. You're at number 2. You're already falling through.
Buzzards. Are those
Buzzards?
the flying
Is that
thing?
is that
I mean, like, what are they called? The things that are in the
bees?
desert? No, not bees, mate. No. Yeah, you know, there's a couple. How many was that? 5? Yeah.
That was 3, and 2 of them you didn't know if were correct. So
Deary me, deary me.
maybe don't make a bet if you can't hold to it, you know?
Yeah. It's fine, man. I'll eat a shoe if Syman Gaming
Careful.
Yeah.
This is a
No,
1-2 game.
I
You've got to
know.
win 2 best of 3s and you go through. This is a very winnable game for either side here. FURIA are coming in as expected victors, but as I put earlier, I don't think is as clean cut. That being said, yeah, sure, they're the favorites, but this is one where upset potential is definitely at an all-time high. Don't let the fact that Syman, as you really highlighted well, don't let the fact that Syman, you know, they might be in this 1-2 game, but they've had the three of the best teams in this tournament up against them. So they've had a rough road, whereas, you know, FURIA, number 9 team in the world, they've certainly had, you know, good teams against them, but not teams that we couldn't see them beating. And that's why those games were close, right? Losing 16-11 to crazy 16-10 to 4s. They did pick up a dominant win over Hellraisers as well. And I like this from Syman as well. When the technical pause is done, go straight into a tactical pause. You realize that when players are in the midst of a technical pause, you can't talk to each other. You can't talk about how you want to, you know, do this upcoming round. So the second it's over, you know, 3 minutes down the line, you just want to have a little pause to make sure you're all on the same page. Make sure you know your role and how you're going to run this round. So we're getting back into things now. It's round number 8 here on Train. Syman leading by 1 on the T side. And the buys are back, Harry.
They are indeed. We've even got Art over on the AWP for FURIA. He doesn't have armor behind it, though, so do bear that in mind. Aim Punch going to play into that fully. And when you're up against, you know, such a mismatched buy like Syman have right now, that really can be punishing, so you've got to be careful. Vinny and Able J looking like they might throw some aggression in towards this B bomb site. You'll notice a bit of a change in this round. Vinny not in Pop Dog. Instead, he's over at B right now. Maybe anticipating Syman, we're going to try and throw something a bit faster in towards this side of the map. He'll begin a rotation back now to this A side. 3 players here to try and stem this site take, but Art's already been dropped. Yuri following up with 2. Keserato now up in the heavens, the only man left at this A bomb site, and they know that he's here. They're flanking onto him, and it doesn't even matter because Torek has found him.
I was almost about to credit Keserato for how patient he's playing there in the heaven, but he just shoots around a bullet and gives away his position. I imagine they already knew where he was before that, but yeah, you know, not really able to help out. Syman did a great job of using those bomb trains, or those trains rather, as cover. That AWP posted down Ivy, couldn't find a clean kill, and even though there's a double that comes out from, I think, Yuri, you know, it's instantly traded. And
yeah,
that's one thing that has been really good from Syman, the trades.
As well as that, you know, if you're out there armless AWPing down towards Ivy and you miss that first shot on the player crossing, you are dead 99% of the time, right? Because a few of those bullets go into, you know, you get slowed, your movement speed goes right down, you get an aim punch so you can't even fight back. And they really are kicking you while you're down. Fast B play, it looks like now from Syman. They're set up outside the site. They know that they've broken the economy of FURIA, and they will just go in with the complete disrespect B play.
Yeah, all very much on the same page. No questions about it. One man on the site, Able J will get caught, and really that's the only player that can do anything in this round because FURIA are all on rotation duty. Torek is walking through a smoke like a mad lad, and they line up for him. So quick and easy for Syman, no deaths, and a 6th round on the T side. This is a fantastic performance right now. It is their map pick. It's what you would hope to see. With the terrorist side of Train, that has been the half that every team has struggled with this tournament. We have had so many dominant CT sides on Train, on this map specifically, and Syman finally breaking that curse somewhat. I'm even thinking back to that North game, you know, North Crazy last night, where it was just dominant CT sides. And then we hit overtime, obviously, and everything goes out the window. But we go, 6-3, another buy back for FURIA. No AWP here, but I will say they've not had the greatest of success trying to run that AWP against these fast-paced rounds from Syman. It's not been getting them the kills that FURIA want. Art, though, opening up, and Keisarato's pushed close to main. That's a gun in the open he could grab, but he's got to watch out. Kios is on the other side. Oh, great flash.
Oh, he really wants to get this kill while he can, and he's going to chase it to the end of the world. Yuri even following up, so that man advantage is growing stronger and stronger for FURIA in this round. Syman, it's Ramzik and Perfecto left standing. Oh, Perfecto out in the open there. And I mean, even looking at Yuri going all the way through Ivy, yeah, Ramzik lands one nice shot, but he needed 4 more and 2 points of health. That is easier said than done.
Ooh, did they get the AWP? It was above the train. They should have had time for it, but it will have been close. Be interested to see if FURIA have that. They certainly couldn't have afforded to buy it, so if they do have an AWP, it will have been saved from Ramzik, and I can imagine they got it. Yeah, Art did. That's a save, and that's a 4th round here for the Brazilian side. They are looking to do their country proud after INTZ fell 0-3. It's very unfortunate to see KNG go out like that, but someone's got to go, Harry. Someone will join them after this best of 3.
That's what I mean. I feel like when any team leaves the major, you can't help but feel emotional for them, right? Because you know how much these events mean.
Yeah.
And there have to be losers in the same way there has to be winners, right? So it's never a nice feeling to be that first team to go home. And as you say, FURIA looking to try and do right by their Brazilian brethren, right?
Yeah.
Keep their tournament life alive here. Keep their major life alive here. Molotov down into Popdog does force Vinny out at the very least. He's been a bit of a beast in this position on the map. However, forcing him back into this A-bomb site where 3 players look like they're about to come through Ivy, he might actually be able to help his teammates out a little bit more as a result of getting forced out of the Popdog. 2 players holding close, 2 back in the bomb site. They go peeking into Ivy, and what they find on the other side might surprise them. Flashes going in. Able J, in the meantime, has been deleted at the B bomb site, and Syman, they're leaving Ivy. This is a ruse by the looks of things.
Yeah, it was a great mid-round call, right? They get pushed, and they instantly kill Keisarato. The second player doesn't want to commit to fighting Ivy, realizing there are 3 players there. And then Syman, they had 2 players set up for a B fake. They get the kill on B in what would have been a fake, but Syman spotted so many players on A that they're just going to safely rotate and take that bomb back towards the site. Issue is they didn't get out into B, so the CT's already there, but Vinny not for long, getting caught. They spotted him up above, but he will drop the bomb in the middle of the site. 10 seconds will be enough time for the plant to come through, and the lurk up Ivy. Torek has been here all around long. 7-4 to Syman. What's this we see, Harry? At the bottom, it's Epic's GG 2019 cards with Epics. They have all the cards from your favorite CSGO
All the
stars.
cards?
All the cards, Harry. Don't interrupt me. The chance to win signed jerseys, merchandise, and CSGO skins for a chance to win Get Right's very own game use skin. Make sure you sign up today at epics.gg or download the app. Those are the options. It says download the app on, and then it stops there. So yeah. I didn't want to say on.
On whatever device you may or may not have.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I only read the script. I can't freestyle it.
Yeah, you can't ad-lib, you know? Like
it's not on my...
Just in your contract, it just says only the words.
Only
written.
the words. But either way, I think we're in a bit of a pause here. Maybe a tactical for FURIA. They win that previous round. Wait. I'm lost. I'm not. No. They lose that previous round. Sorry. Syman get their 7th down on that B site. Yeah, as said, great. You know, mid-round decision to rotate and not necessarily commit with where your 3 players were. I imagine the end game plan was either a B fake and send these players out Ivy and have the B players come down Pop, or wrap those 3 players Ivy through CT into B. Obviously, that's harder to do. That's kind of like wrapping CT on Inferno as a T. You know, it's a very risky play. And sometimes, you get up mid and you go, screw it, let's just wrap A instead. It's a safer call. So, good decision from Syman not to commit with the plan from the get-go. And once they find a B pick, they just rotate back and win the round.
They're playing rock, paper, scissors. Let's see who's winning this.
Ooh.
It's heated up here, guys.
Ramzik beast right now.
Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, is it about to be 3-way rock, paper, scissors? Is everyone getting in on this? Right, guys, you can play along from home. Just make the gesture at your screen and we'll see who wins. So if you did paper there, you've wrecked them both. My God, they're doing it so fast.
Yeah.
How are you even registering who's winning?
How are you keeping score?
Yeah, this isn't a game. You're just shaking your fists at each other.
Look at the mental situation between the two teams. Like, one team is dead-faced silent, staring at the monitors. The other is playing rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
I think we know who's in a good mood right now, Harry.
Man, I really want Syman Gaming's like little trailer thing to just be to the Friends theme tune and just and then it's just them playing rock, paper, scissors.
That'd be great. Someone put that together.
So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Oh dear. Right, so we're just waiting for this to get sorted. Yeah, you know, we're screwed. It's all good, Hugo. It's original content.
Classic. Yeah, I mean, this can't feel great for FURIA again, all right? They can't be too hyped. They are, you know, 4 rounds to 7 on the CT side of Train. Don't want to get ahead of yourselves. This isn't a good scoreline to be in, especially as the... What word are we going to start using, Harry? Because you have underdog when a team is not supposed to win, but overdog isn't a thing. That doesn't work. It sounds awful.
It's called favourite.
Favourite. There we go.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I always just say expected winner, which doesn't work. I don't like that. Favourite.
Yeah, I would say, you know.
No, that's a good one.
Most definitely, FURIA are the favourites in this matchup, right?
For sure.
Because you just take a look at what they've achieved in the last year and compare that to Syman. And, you know, while Syman's been on the rise, while they've been attending minors, while they've been trying to grind it out and get to more events, right? They just haven't been at that same level as FURIA. You know, and at the end of the day, you only have what we've seen in history to go off of, right?
Yeah.
You can't just extrapolate from CS. That's not where the favourites come from, you know?
And the thing is as well, this is a best of 3. That second map is Inferno. That's not a good map for Syman at all. So
no, that was the map they got 16 forward on by
exactly.
NRG.
So they need this map, really, if they want to make any chance in this series. And then we go to Overpass, which is a middle ground map, a map that FURIA play a lot, a map that Syman don't play a lot. But either way, got to get there, Harry. And I think this is very likely a 3-map series, and I wouldn't be surprised if FURIA come out on top of it at the end of it, but we'll have to wait and see, really. Not really sure what the problem is right now. The headset's still on, though, so we're remaining optimistic. Oh, I think we're getting back in, Harry.
It's looking promising. The hands are going back on the keyboards. You know, Ramsey's not looking to play any more rock, paper, scissors anymore. It looks like we might be getting back into this game, Hugo. Oh, hang on a second. It's gone. It's gone. Let's go. Let's go. We're getting back in. Syman versus FURIA. For those of you who are just tuning in, as my esteemed colleague over here was saying so graciously, currently Syman are up 7-4. FURIA are on the back foot, and they're moving into this round on an eco. It's just a couple of pistols spread thinly here and there. They've got some nades, 2 of them to be exact. I'm curious if we're going to see them maybe stacked up into one of these positions. And maybe a little bit later into the round. Vinny's up through. Oh, he's done it again.
Dear.
He's done it again.
Rapping.
And he's looking for more. Yeah, they shut him down, but it's scary how often he's able to get away with these Zeus plays up through the ladder.
I think it was. I think he's learned from Vitality, because at the where was this MDL Global Finals recently, Zywoo was doing that against FURIA on Train in pistol rounds. He was just running up pop as a CT and getting Zeus kills. Like, he legitimately did it multiple times. It was actually kind of silly, but. Yeah, FURIA, I mean, they're learning from what beat them, I guess. 7-4 and a 3-on-3. FURIA, they've at least whittled down some of these players, but they haven't secured any of the guns. Oh, Able J, this is going to be a close one. The AWP not ready for it, and the Deagle getting ahead of things. That reposition from him, that little decisive fall back works wonders. Fake on the ladder from Neil, and Torek catching Able J, continuing to go aggressive. Maybe should have called it a day, and now the A site is open. Serato on the big flank. He will find guns littered around these halls, but will he find the round?
Oh, there's a couple of shots going to give away his position. Serato makes some noise on the ladder, possibly trying to sell this fake back up. And now he will just commit to it. At this point, it's looking like the save call almost definitely, right? Like, he's so far away. By the time he even gets in, There won't be any time left. Maybe he's able to deal with Torek here, going aggressive in through main. But you can see he's got the read on this, right? They haven't seen K-Serato over in Pop Dog. And now with these footsteps being made, Torek just homed in on the angle. Syman up 8-4, looking good right now here on trade.
Dirty off angles. That's one thing I'm noticing a lot from Syman. They love playing these off angles, and they keep catching Furia off guard with them. Torek standing wide from main there. Nice aggression from Furia on the eco round, but only nets 3 kills. I say only, that's good. But when you are down 8-4, you would hope for a little bit more. And the first tactical pause of, I imagine, many to come through here for Furia. Bit of a time to talk things over as they head into their crucial next rifle round. Things are getting to the end of the half. You need something here. 3 rounds left.
Nade thrown in from Vinny. Oh, they double nade it. So, okay, I thought it was going to do more damage than that, truthfully. Nealon, pretty lucky to get away with just 44 points of damage there from the double nade stack. Oh, this is a decent bit of utility damage being found early on. 2 of these players getting softened up so low, leaves them within the realms of a one-shot from this M4 if it is to the head, leaving it just as effective as the AK, really. Torek pushing through that smoke down in Ivy. He's got himself set up close right. Yuri tries to get back on the angle, and in that exact moment, Abel J had just rotated back into CT. Luckily enough, he is still there and able to get that trade on the re-peek back into it. Still in this 3-on-3 though, and that's on the back of Ramzik just moments ago, and there's still a chance for Syman. They want to get this bomb out from Ivy. You can see Perfecto is still down at this B bomb site, just keeping Art primed with this AWP in hand on location. If he's able to force a rotation out from K-Serato, maybe Kios can get out through Ivy. It just relies on him beating Abel J. The real problem I'm seeing in this round, Hugo, is with that bomb in Ivy, all it takes is for it to get dropped, and there's no way that Syman can retrieve it, especially not now with just 25 seconds left.
Kios can't go. He's got to wait for his teammates to do something first, right? Because otherwise, if he walks out, as you say, this round's done, and it feels like that's inevitable at this point, but he wins the duel. That's such a big kill. He won't expect another player on the site, though, and that might just be the end of time. 15 seconds, a questionable round from Syman. They were trying to fake B, but little did they know no one was here from Furia, and that bomb, I mean, I said that there wasn't really enough time for it to rotate background through T-spawn and go to B, but at the same time, I would have liked to see these 2 guys go down Pop Dog, and I think Ramzik was AFK for most of that round. I did just see him standing still with the AWP in halls. So technical issues here for Syman. Not good. I can imagine that would have some effect as to how that round played out. Quite a lot of effect, in fact.
Yeah, certainly not ideal. So we're going to pull up the technical pause little screen thing once again. We're going to wait to get this sorted. We'll try and keep you guys updated with any news that we hear. But yeah, it definitely looked like something was up with Ramzik there.
Ramzik was standing still pretty much all round. So I think, yeah.
Ramzik's taking his hands off the keyboard, and that just not on, really. You know, you can't be
Careful.
giving up rounds like that.
Careful.
Oh.
Dear.
Yeah, look, the admin's on site. We've brought in the best. And actually, it's looking, I think he might already be back in the server. I can see on the screen that there's 5 players connected. So yeah, it looks like maybe this is already sorted. It might have just been a quick restart required.
Yeah, maybe he was holding top B and he left at the end of the round. We don't know. We didn't see his perspective, but I did see he wasn't moving. And it kind of, it catches me off that Syman, who have played this excellent T-side so far, really good trading, great position, would have that weird 25 seconds. Kios is walking out Ivy on his own with a bomb. Both players are in B halls, not doing anything. Like, that doesn't seem like Syman right now. So, you know, I think this is all explained by the pause, and hopefully things will be resolved shortly. This does certainly make Furia stew a little bit. They may have won the round, Harry, but they're sitting here still 5-8 down, sweating a little bit over this pause that they can't talk in.
Yeah, Yeah, very, very true. That said as well, I think it's going to require some pretty strong like mental fortitude from Syman, even though they're winning this game, to brush off something like this. Because, you know, it can always feel very, very bitter in situations like this, you know, when you do get a technical problem in a 3-on-3. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's a very hard situation to deal with. Yeah, you know, like it's one that you're always left thinking, well, what, you know, say there's a situation where FURIA do start coming back now, you're always going to be left thinking, well, what if there wasn't that, you know? That said, that does kind of rely on FURIA first coming back. And as you say, they're 5-8 down right now on the CT side of Train. Definitely not ideal. Obviously, you know, for Syman, this is a good map for them, right? I imagine, I think they're the ones that picked into it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they definitely are. Obviously, this is the map they got 14 rounds versus a 3-0 North on.
And this has always been a good map for North through every roster.
Through every iteration of it, right? Looked like a good Train team, sorry.
God, that got worrying for a second, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Both our monitors switched off for about 3 seconds. We were in the dark, Harry.
Yeah,
but now we see the light. Now we see the light. 8-5, Syman back in with the bye. Ramsey's on the Yorp. So is Art, though. And he is watching that T-Con peak. Very close shot, not connecting. Ramsey getting away safely. And Syman going elsewhere up towards those B-halls. Perfecto keeping an eye on the ladder that has been, wow, everywhere he goes he's getting spammed. Which, of course, has been a focal point of FURIA's CT side so far. A lot of aggression up that pop dog, rather. Not today, though. 4 players on A, deep Ivy control. Neelan's been picked up. That sandwich smoke has a massive gap, and Neelan's going to die because of it. So Syman ready to walk down B, and only Able J to stop it. Oh, that's not what you want.
Yeah, Able J getting overwhelmed there by the Mach 10, and Molotov missing its mark. Anything but ideal. Bomb plant coming down now for Syman, and they've got a bit of time. They send Perfecto aggressive with the Mach 10. And he could do a lot of damage here, holding close to this smoke. Are already getting tagged up. Yuri does seem aware of this possibility. Mach 10 dropped from the round. Another kill for Yuri. He's been such a spearhead in this retake, and now it's only Ramzik left standing. So 4-on-4 in that post plant. And FURIA, they only lose 1 player retaking. Looking like a very different team in that one round to what we've seen in a lot of these others. Big stuff from Yuri. And he's really been the player to be keeping an eye on in this matchup thus far. Sitting top of the board, 12-8. Obviously, I'm speaking about for the FURIA side. You know, if you want to take a look at Syman, who we should have been watching, I'd say Tarek, Neelan, both top in the charts right now. Tactical pause called in for FURIA. They want to have a bit of time now heading into the last round of this first half to make sure they can finish it on as stable ground as possible, right? If you 7-8 this half, you've recovered it well, considering you were down 8-4 at one point in time.
Without a doubt, and yeah, I mean, that's a perfect round for FURIA. You can't really ask for anything more, right? A free pick on A as a play comes through T-Con, and then a 5-on-4 retake on B. That's sick. That's exactly what you need. And good to see that they took their time with rotating through that connector, just work out where they wanted to clear, how they wanted to do it. Those kind of rounds, you always have the favor as a CT side. Train B site is the most retakeable site in the game. FURIA show us why. It can be so hard to hold onto those post plants there as a terrorist. You really need the utility a lot of the times. Oh dear, that's the bomb. Yuri dropping it, and he's not going to contain this. He's just going to give it up. But Keels has run all the way through. Again, these missed smokes are proving to be a huge problem for Syman Gaming. 2 rounds in a row, they're going to cost them their life. Keels would have safely been able to get into the bomb site. He won't get anywhere now, and neither will the rest of Syman. Just Neelan left up, and a sandwich smoke missed and an Ivy smoke missed. These are mistakes you can't afford to make in the major here. Syman Gaming, they may have a fantastic 8-round T-side half, but you've got to have that question of, could it have been more? And it certainly could have. Either way, FURIA, as you say, recovering near the end of things, and they will make it interesting. 7-8 at the halftime. We're going to be thrown to a break. We'll be back with that second half in just a moment.
There was a chance at an incredible half for Syman Gaming, but that ship has sailed, and now on the train, it might be the return of the Fast and the Furias here, heading into this second half, Hugo.
That being said, I will say, you know, it could have been incredible. It still was pretty sick. 8 rounds T-side. No one is turning their nose up at that one, considering how CT side of this map has been this tournament, especially Syman Gaming. They've done what they need to do, at least for the first half. The question is, can they continue it when the aggressive Furia are now on the T side? We don't know, Harry. We're going to have to find out.
Well, immediately, it's looking like they're going to take this Ivy control, and I'm kind of loving this from Syman. They've cleared this area of the map, and now they immediately rotate everybody over towards B, all with the exception of Toric and maybe one other man. I imagine you keep Perfecto floating around for a pop dog push, and that's the call. 3 players still holding down this B bomb site. That's a heavy stack here that Furia are going to have to try and get past, and they're getting broken on the entries. They're getting shut down left and right. And Ramzik going to finish it off with 3. Syman Gaming 9-7. They take that pistol round. They make it look all too easy.
That is a pretty fantastic call, to be fair. The double Ivy push right, get the information, put Toric in that spot, just leave him there in case things come back towards
especially because I feel like, you know, pistol rounds, 9 times out of 10 on train, they're either going to like be all down Ivy or none down Ivy. You know, like, so you double push that. That's what I mean. Yeah, like you're not going to have like just one guy sat there most of the time. So you can get that information there.
In general, on this map, like if you're going fast, if you're not instantly out A on a pistol, you're probably going B because, you know, a slow A attack, that's not really going to be the play per se. It's kind of hard to run. Like the reason fast A pushes are so good on this map is because you can catch CTs before they're set up in the positions, before they've pushed Pop Dog, before they're down Ivy. And, well, predicted by Syman, and they will deal just quickly with the anti-eco. 5 kills down on that B-bomb site. No deaths. A nice SMG money being made. Now those odds on GGBet have flipped right on over. 1.29 for Syman Gaming. And they were originally coming in as the underdogs, Harry. Oh, how the tides have turned.
They really have, and I'm impressed with what we've been seeing from Syman thus far. Now, we got some Krieg supremacy here for Furia.
What's that smoke? Kios just threw a smoke from the bomb train into Pop Dog. I think it went above, though. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, it's a one-way that Perfecto's sitting in. Interesting lineup there. Spot for Ramzik. That's not a gap that you're going to get a kill from if the player peeks the top rail, and Vinny does, but he gets away with his life. Still, it's the info for Ramzik that there are players outside of B. Furia have done a good job of selling somewhat of a fake there, but they will be walking back towards A. At the same time, a very late Ivy push from Toric. This might be unexpected. He's deep, deep down, and Kios is ready with a flashbang to set him up. It will go through. Yuri getting tagged, but no kill being put into place here from Syman. Toric actually just going to commit with this. Another flash dodge by Yuri. It was right below him, and Kios will trade, but that's a 1-for-1, and Furia have opened up Ivy somewhat.
Smoke falling over at Ivy. That gives a small window for Art to get out, and he's seizing it now. K Serato getting that trade onto Perfecto. Oh, no. Uh-oh. That smoke has allowed a man into the back. However, Ramzik is still here. A 1v2 required from Art, and wrapping round Kios behind him. Surely Art's not ready, but he's landed that shot. And now down to the 1v1. 10 seconds left. Art creeping forward, spotting the last man, and he runs with the bomb. He's faking it. He needs the peek now, and he gets it. But Kios finding the kill, keeps the dream alive for Syman. Another round going their way in spite of Art's best efforts. Stellar flank from him from the Ivy position, but an 11th round for Syman. Back to the drawing board now for Furia. No bomb plant in that round, a full investment. They're going to be stuck.
And so well played for Kios here. Look at this. He makes enough noise that he stops Art from running, and then Art goes, oh god, I can't stop. I have to keep running. He starts running again, and then Kios peaks. Just really well timed there. Knowing that the time was so low, he could have whittled it down. 11-7. And Harry, things are getting rough right now for the Brazilians. This is where the problems will begin to start. Already put down to pistols, as you say, and Syman Gaming aggressive up on this A site. Nealon, oh, he's fully blind. He's so white. He's spraying. He gets a kill, but he's going to get knifed in the process. Caserato in the back. What a dirty move. And he's out of ammo. Oh, no. Nealon had to full spray with that AUG while he was blind, so Caserato picks it up, and it only has 2 bullets left in the mag. Luckily enough, he won't go down for it. He gets a flash out for his teammate Yuri, trying to kill the player on the bomb site. Keel's caught, fully blinded, and Caserato gets the job done. Bomb still in the open, and Ramzik's closing the distance. He'll hit the shot. A big kill with the AWP, but it leaves Caserato alone.
Yeah, he knows where both of these players are, and Perfecto just tacking him up, gets the information. He's on top of the blue train here, and Caserato really not given any opportunity to move or find anything in this round. Perfecto is playing this perfectly as well, just keeping him trapped here and giving Ramzik time to reposition. He's gotten out of the bomb site, right? He's posted himself up back at Old Bomb. He's just holding for this cross. And if Caserato wants to get that bomb, at some point he's going to have to put himself into the firing line of Ramzik, rather, even briefly. We'll peek into it. Missed shot, baits that first peek, but yeah, Ramzik holding the angle. They set that crossfire up. They play that very, very well in the 2v1. They do not give Caserato even an opportunity to get his foot in the door there.
Oh, that explains why he went for the knife. You ran out of ammo, and you don't want to get a CZ reloaded. That's just not happening, Harry. You're not going to be able to piece together that absolute mess of a gun. And I love the, the Perfecto decided to start rotating. I don't know if it was just a noise fake on the ladder. That's what it could have been. It looked like he wanted to rotate connector side, but maybe someone made the call that, nah, just stick here. Bombs down, bomb train. Ramzik's Old Bomb. You got a crossfire. This is perfect. And it was. Syman locking in 12. It was close against pistols, so this buy is going to be as terrifying as ever, but not for long, because Art's just been picked up. Ramzik wins the fight into T-Con. This AWP on Ramzik has just been sublime all game long. He's been making it so interesting. And a pick for Syman Gaming, it's not like they need any more help. 12-7, B-play coming through. Vinny up close. Perfecto's in a tight angle. That means flashes are unlikely to affect him. So FURIA won't commit. That's going to have to go down. Come on.
Is Yuri like Satan or something?
Yeah.
Like, he's just walked off that. He's fine.
He's certainly not Jesus. He's not walking on water.
No, exactly, mate. He's doing the polar opposite. Let's see. I mean, Yuri, a.k.a. El Diablo, man. He's in the back line. And now, I mean, they don't really know that he's here, right? They believe that Molotov might have kept players out of Ivy. Abel J's got such a foothold alongside Yuri, both of them securing so much ground at the A-bomb site. And for Syman, they know what's going on, right? They've got Torek up in heaven. He could try and shut this down. Ramzik is aware of the fact that the A-bomb site's fallen, but for Syman, the question really is where do they even begin trying to get back into A? And that's why I think we just see them now back off, try and save in the B-bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, that was a desperation play. If Torek can stay alive and keep feeding info to his team and maybe get a kill there from above, they can go for that. Without it, he's dead. 4-on-2. You need the money. You need the AWP, so just save it. It is paying off. I mean, somewhat. The AWP is the only kill in this round here for Syman, and I thought so much more would have come around it. But FURIA, great job of getting deep inside of that A site once again. Just sneaking around behind. We've had it that a couple of times where they can just get behind Syman and really start to execute. This could be the start of the T side coming alive now for FURIA. Let's see if that holds true and if it continues. 12-8. Syman are likely going to buy moving forward, but their money is in a bit of a state right now. Oh. Yeah, just Vinny slaughtering. I mean, they love the Kriegs. That is one thing. FURIA have been buying up so many of these weapons and putting them to great use. Here's the buy from Syman. As you can see, not the best investment, but what else can you do?
Fielding what they can. Nealon holding this pixel gap with the scout. He's watching Olaf and the walkout. it's a great angle for the scout because you can just get away with finding some chip damage, right, and softening these players up, making it that much easier for your rifles, for your SMGs, but that might not be the case. Serato finally tagged up in a position now where Perfecto might find him. It's actually Toric doubling up MP9 into main, and now an AWP retrieved. The bomb is dropped back in main as well, so for FURIA, they might have gotten out Ivy, they might have a player above Pop, but they do not have this bomb. And with main control being taken by Syman, this becomes a very difficult round now for FURIA. The one thing that maybe gives them a means of getting back into this is Vinny on this wrap round. If he can find Toric, then there's a chance, because he gets that bomb back, and now he's got it. So a 2v3 required here for Yuri and Vinny.
Oh, but Yuri's just shot off, and he's going to get peeked from close. Didn't realize Perfecto had pushed up from the sandwich. And yeah, that bomb may be secured in the trash, but that's about all Vinny has. That and an AWP and 32 points of health. 30 seconds as well to run towards B, which is currently empty, but Ramzik is ahead of the curve. He is going to be moving around through the spawn right now, so the only problem with this is it's a solo B player. So Vinny, he has a 50-50 on whether he can get out here. And actually, I like this. He throws in a bit of a smoke. He fakes it out. Only problem is, Syman are going to realize this. They've got already popped on control taken. Vinny has to hit this shot, and he's going to fall to his death. Toric getting damage on the way down, and that will be the round. It wasn't Toric to get the damage there, actually. He got it early in the round. But either way, they'll lock it in. Very happy with that one. Great round from Toric as well. Look at this, just styling with the SMG. And he's happy about that one as well. 13 here for Syman, and FURIA, they might be on their last legs here, Harry.
They certainly could be, right? I mean, they were able to get that one round in the round prior, but even that comes down to the wire. And I mean, now with money running so low and Syman getting all those upgrades in that round for free, right? You think about what they took into that round with them. They had an AWP on Ramzik and M4 as well, and that was it. I think Toric on an SMG. MP9, yeah, and then one FAMAS.
And a Scout.
So it really wasn't much. And admittedly, okay, they still have the Scout here, but they've got the rest upgraded onto those rifles. That was for free. Ramzik back on the AWP, and yeah, there's a buy for FURIA, but you're running out of room here if you're the Brazilian squad. 22 rounds deep in this game, and Syman continuing to build upon this strong first half.
The crazy part is the kill distribution is not one-sided at all. These rounds have been close. FURIA putting up the frags, but they're just not closing these rounds. One T-side round to their name, and they are looking to double that. Rams are going to get flashed off. He can't fight there. He's got to give it up. B-Hall's control going the way of FURIA, fighting hard for their map control. This is a rare change. I mean, not for them fighting hard, but for them actually having to fight for map control. It's typically theirs taken so early. They will take Ivy as well. This is being covered from Nealon with a Scout, so he's not going to have really much one-shot potential unless he hits those headshots, and those are difficult shots to hit against moving players that likely will be supported by utility. This is great for FURIA. They are inside the spawn. We talked about this as a big risk play. Well, it's also a big reward play. Now they have two players behind enemy lines. Yuri will be tagged up, but they'll return the favor to Nealon, and now FURIA can start to make this one a little bit scary, but Toric catches Serato right as his teammate leaves him with the bomb. That bomb is going towards B, and Vinny's already walked down the ramp.
Vinny just annihilated there before he's even seen anyone. Yuri's actually flanking back to Ivy, and this leaves Able J and CT alone, so after Ramzik finds him, okay, yeah, Yuri gets one, but he's got 2 HP, no bomb, and 20 seconds left. He's got a save here. Definitely not ideal either with that max loss bonus accruing now for the T side. He might actually do with dying here. He's kind of lucky that he gets peeked at the end and goes down.
The reactions for Syman when FURIA take certain parts of the map are just so quick and so decisive. We see FURIA get players down Ivy into CT. Instantly, Syman are in Team main. They just take it. They kill Serato.
That they're all on the same page, right? And it's very, very interesting because it's such a fluid CT side. And you're bang on, right? The principle is, a lot of the time, if you give up one area of the map, you kind of take another. Like what you give with one hand, you take with the other. That's the old saying. And Syman, they're doing that, but it's just the speed that they do it. How quickly they make that read, how quickly they make that decision on when and where to push elsewhere on this map.
This team is so exciting to watch, Harry. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect really, coming into the minors nor the major, but Yeah, I thought they'd lock in a win or two maybe, but I didn't have them going through. Now, watching this, it's really starting to change my opinion. And Kios, as the smoke fades, rather, he's going to take down Art. It's a B play for Furia with 4, but this is desperation.
Yeah, we haven't really seen just an all-in B execute in a little while, so let's see if it gives them the results they want. Perfecto in with his second kill of the round. Now just hiding back in the bomb train. He's waiting. He's playing the patience game. He knows that Furia have to come to him, and they line up for K-Serrano. Let's not throw this one away, because it's looking like you might. Syman, they've lost 3 players now. Neelan coming back in with 1. K-Serrano, 3 kills to his name, and he's looking for even more. It's Kios left in this clutch. Not impossible for him. Are they going to bail? Oh, they almost line up, but K-Serrano is there. And the round goes the way of Furia. 4 kills from him. Syman maybe getting a little overconfident in that one there, getting a bit ahead of themselves.
We talk about them being on the same page. Well, that was a round where they weren't, Harry. Perfecto plays it well, perfectly. He fights first, he falls back to the bomb train, he gets spotted, he moves to oil, but in the same time, his teammates are pushing in through smoke. You know, Torix is running through a smoke with no flashbang. Like, at least call for utility, at least play with your team in that sense. Because, yeah, okay, it may seem like, oh, it's only 1 round, but you don't want to give Furia the breathing room to get back into this game, especially not with a B play like that, where, you know, really Syman could have just silenced it without too much of a hassle. That being said, great round from K-Serrano. You know, those rounds don't come for free. And yeah, for a second it looked like they wanted to leave once they spotted that last player on oil. They knew they could get back up the ramp safely, but then decided, screw it, we'll double peek him. You know, you've got to have some confidence. Let's kill this guy. And they do exactly that. They're locking in 9th round. Their second T-side round. It's taken quite a while. Let's see if this will bring them to life. And this is what we mean, Harry, when you say, you know, oh, it may only seem like 1 round, but that 1 round has now put Syman on pistols. This is going to allow Furia to take 10 and maybe more. Oh, God. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Oh, dear.
Ramzik doubling up, and he's got his deagle ready to try and find more. Now, Yuri peeking over the top. It's a bit risky, right? They could both only see the heads, and Torek coming in with another.
Nice.
Man advantage here for Syman. The bomb might even get discovered by this man flanking Perfecto, but Ramzik's deagle! Neelan's there as well. The round's over. I'm just as excited as the coach of Syman is. What a round. 15-9 map point for Syman Gaming. Their map pick might be about to go their way in a very heavy fashion.
That is unbelievable. Look at these shots from Ramzik. Just so clean, so precise. First bullet every time. Bam, bam, bam. He kills 3 different players.
I'm loving seeing Solar behind the team. They're getting hyped up, getting rallied behind them. I don't even think he was expecting them to take that round. He looked just as stunned as we were.
The worst part was that wasn't a force buy. That was an eco for Syman.
Yeah,
they were like,
they kept pistols.
1,500.
It was
they
just a couple of Deegs, couple of PT50s.
And now look at their money, Harry. As soon as Furia carve their way back into this game, it is swept under their, you know, they are just swept under the rug instantly. And now look at the result of that. A Scout, a Krieg, an AK, and 2 Deagles. Not the buy you want up against map point on your opponent's pick. Coming out through the pop dog. Vinny's the first to move. Kios push back. That Krieg is so much better on the CT side as well, holding angles, and Neelan is showing them why. 2 frags with it. Torik's pushed up on the bomb train, and he will be able to stop this bomb from even getting close to the site, but he also hears it retreating. This is where Perfecto, his aggressive position is going to save the day here. K-Serrano doesn't expect that, and Perfecto's locked in the bomb. He's got it dropped at his feet. 15-9, this could be the end of it. Yuri may be in the CT spawn, but there's very little value with that position when you only have 2 terrorists alive.
Yeah, Yuri has to do something astronomical here. First kill comes through. Abel J now tasked with trying to retrieve this bomb, and with so many players on it, surely this is not a round Furia are able to outlast. But Abel J in with another. Perfecto, his head's on a swivel, and he's not letting them get back into this round. Syman Gaming, they will take this first map. 16-9. Train going their way as they take their map pick.
What an incredible, start to this series for Syman, man. These guys, obviously, as we kind of broke down before the game, have had such a tough run in this major. Their opening 3 matches being Vitality, North, and NRG. And considering they beat Vitality, they took North to 30 rounds, they fall there. Obviously, they get slapped out by NRG. But, considering the teams that they've had to play against, coming from the CIS minor as well, fair play. They've done really well, and they've taken the first map of this series as well, looking to go 2-2, but most importantly, looking to knock FURIA out of the competition, and they certainly might. But Inferno's up next, and that's where things get difficult.
Yeah, Inferno, not a map that we've seen them do well on at this event, right? It was the most one-sided game we've seen them have, a 16-4 defeat to NRG. So that Inferno game that will be coming up next becomes a pretty interesting one. In terms of both how much they've been able to correct their systems since that NRG game, and seeing how FURIA, if they can recover, right? Like, I really hope this is a game that goes 3 maps, especially after how exciting that train game was. I think it's fair to say this series has already exceeded my expectations. Syman Gaming have really bought the heat, not just to this matchup, but to the minor that, as it stands thus far, really. I think a lot of praise has to go to both them and Dream Eaters, right? Like 2 kind of teams from that CIS minor that rose on up that we weren't expecting too much from, and they've come here looking feisty, Hugo.
Definitely. I mean, Dream Eaters is already sitting in one of those top spots as well. Syman looking to join them here, and it is certainly rough when it almost feels like another KNG situation. K Serato, top player of that map. And of course, FURIA, they only take 8 rounds to their name at the end.
Yeah, it was such a shame because I feel like we had so many big moments from K Serato, Vinny, Yuri, all of them. Those 3 in particular, though, were getting into such like favorable positions. They were going on such incredible lurks. The problem they were having is wherever they were finding this success, it wasn't like it wasn't by design by Syman. Like quite often, if Yuri had gotten through Ivy and into CT spawn, well, Ramzik was watching CT spawn with the AWP. So, like we've given you all this real estate, but it's like a bit of a mind game. You believe you've outbrained us.
I've got to say as well. I mean, just even the head-to-head with those AWP battles, Ramzik was owning that game. He was just winning every single AWP.
And the most amazing thing about that is Ramzik coming into that second half was in dead last for the team. He was bottom of the board. He recovers and finishes first. So it's just an incredible turnaround, right, from him individually. Not that he was, struggling to begin with.
It was an 8-round two-side half, right? They were fine.
And it was a very close kill distribution nonetheless, but he was bottom of the board. He finishes the MVP in the server alongside players like Perfecto.
Yeah, in terms of like the crucial rounds that he did win for his team, I mean, not even counting necessarily the amount of frags he got, but like that Deagle round on his own immediately just pushes him to the front. Like the one time that FURIA feel like this is it, we have a grasp on the game, we win a big round, we've put them to eco, this is how we can get back into the matchup, and Ramzik just gets 3-1 digs, like bam, bam, bam. It's gone. It's over. It's done. And Syman are going to move forward at least 1-0 in this series. Inferno up next. It's going to be FURIA's pick. This is where we expect them to level the playing field. But will they be able to do so? You're going to have to find out in a second. We're going for a quick break. We'll see you soon.